Hello everyone, welcome to another Thursday morning live with Alisa. I am back. I was away last week, but I am back today, and we are going to be playing with the St. Nicholas stamp set today. And I have done some pretty intense colouring on this guy here. I'm not going to be colouring in today because it did take me some time, and it would be a very, very involved session if we coloured in. So, but I'm thinking I might be doing a class on this in the future, maybe this month. Hello, Deborah. And by the I'm back. It just my screen went black, so hopefully it didn't go black for you guys. I do go live on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so I could be answering comments from either of those channels. Jump in, let me know where you're from. I'm getting pretty good with times, but if you're international to me, then let me know the time. I know that anyone in the UK, it's crazy time. So let me get my camera, which is just here, turned around. I do have a fair bit of stuff already planned out today. So because it was going to be some die cutting involved, and I thought I'll just get that organized in advance. Well, I've flopped again. I really do need to get a new collar for this. I know I keep saying it, but they just won't answer me, which is really poor form. Okay, let's get that into that mode here. Now, I'm going to say, and I don't think that Wendy is watching live because she's normally commenting before I go live, but I am just going to say, I received this gorgeous card in the mail. I was away last week, so I've just got it. But I wanted to save it and come on live and thank Wendy. So she's here. Wendy is here. Good. So she's just in time because I want to say thank you so much for your gorgeous card. And it's got a lot of, this is a lot of texture on it. And it is just, I like touching it. And it is so, like, the colors are just me. I just love them. So I really want to thank you. So it did arrive to me. I was away, but I have it now. So thank you so much. And that's come all the way from the States. So I was like, I don't get cards from people. Who's sending me this? So I was, very excited to receive that. So thank you very much. I've had it behind me on my desk, but I wanted to make sure that I thanked you live. So fantastic. Okay. So like I said, we are going to be colouring with not colouring. I've already coloured it. I've coloured this really, really involved. I did, and it took me quite some time. Of course, you don't have to spend that amount of time colouring, but it was one of those images that I felt deserved a bit of time spent on him because he's sort of the vintagey Saint Nick. He's not Father Christmas. He's definitely a Saint Nick. He's not happy and jolly. I think he's got that real vintage vibe. So I really wanted to spend the time and get some shadowing and some highlights and stuff on him. So I have coloured the one and I have coloured the post. And I probably will do this as a class hopefully towards the end of the month, beginning of October, maybe I'll have that out. But I really, really did enjoy colouring him a lot more than what I thought he would. So I have coloured him, like I said. So this is how I showed you a little sneak peek of it on my Facebook page, but this is how he has turned out. So there's actually a lot involved in it, which probably don't pick up. And I also did the post box, which I thought was going to be tricky, but it was actually pretty good. It was pretty quick, that one. And I was going to use the post box, trying to come up with something, but then I was looking in the catalogue, and I realised, because I thought, I have to die cut him, but the dies that go along with this, this stamp set, which is these ones here, the trees are part of a different bundle, but this one here, there are lots and lots of different backgroundy type things in it. So I have gone and pre-cut some of those, but I'm just going to show you when I've lost some. There we go. So there is a huge amount of dies in this set. So obviously we have the dies that are going to cut out our shapes. You know, so we've got them to cut out our St. Nick. Oh, that light. I've got them to cut out the post, the bag. I think that's it. Oh, these little things up here, these little accents. But there's also a couple that will do a fireplace, a chimney, icicles, snow and icicles on your chimney, you know, wreaths as well. So there's a whole lot of stuff that can go in it. These ones here, they look like little bricks, but they actually go across the tops of your, well, they can be bricks, but they can also go across the top of your stockings. So there's a whole lot to go in them. These are little circles, so you can either, you know, add detail to your stockings, or they can be little holly berries and another detail one there. So I've already gone ahead and die cut some because I knew that would probably take a bit of time. And I've got some card base here, so it's just a matter of putting it together, but I do want to add a lot more detail to it. So I'm going to, oops, I think that should actually go that way. I'm going to do a fireplace. So I was thinking I should put them like that. So I've done these out of little crumb cake, and then out of pecan pie, because I've used some pecan pie in for his sash, because he doesn't have a belt. He actually has a sash. So I did that in brown, and the little, I don't know, the Scotsmen have these things on their kilts too, don't they? I don't, there is a proper name for them, but the little baggy thing there. So that'll tie in with that. And then this is the piece that pops out of, I sort of want to go through it all with you. This is the little piece that pops out. So you can actually put that back in. And there is also a smaller piece that you can put for the inside. So I guess that could also, I don't know, no, that doesn't go up there, does it? So I've done them, and then I've got a whole heap of little fiddly ones here. So I'm going to bring them up close so that you can see them. So these will cut out both at the same time. They are logs to go inside your fireplace. A sporran, is that what it's called? Oh, you guys know everything. A sporran or a sporran, whatever. I'm probably pronouncing it completely wrong, but you guys know it all. And then we've got these two cut out at the same time, and that is your fire, and you can double up your flame and have one sitting on top of each other. I cut mine out yellow. I'm going to add some red to it, and I've just cut out a little bit of holly leaf as well. There we go. Oh, you guys are so knowledgeable. More knowledgeable, and you think that, you know, having watched Outlander half a dozen times already, I would know, thanks to you guys, but I don't. So obviously I just gloss over that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to cut my Santa out. I'm not going to use my post. I'm going to put you aside, but I did want to show you. And then I thought I've got some layering of red, and I thought I might sponge around the outside of this, sort of pull all that vintagey warmth together to try and get this card. And I'm not sure whether red on red is going to be too much. So I do have some vellum to soften it. So you guys definitely input if you wish. I'm going to cut my Santa out, and I'm going to hope and pray that after colouring him for the amount of time that I did, it doesn't slip. So, and don't even suggest, I'm not good with, if you try and suggest put washi tape or something over it. I am hopeless with my washi tape. I still slip, and post-it notes, my post-it notes are cheap crappy ones, and they've got hardly any stick on them. So I'm just going to cross everything and hope that we're okay. My plates are nice and flat, so there shouldn't be any slipping. So cross your fingers, everyone. Cross your fingers for me. Oh, I love my Santa, I have to say. I really do. When I got it, because I thought, yes, he'll be a really good one to colour. And then when I saw the stamp set, I was like, oh, that's going to be not good to colour. But I actually really enjoyed colouring him. So, yay! I got him. All right, so oh no, he might be okay. Red on red, he might be okay. There might be, I thought he might get lost, but because of that little white outline, I reckon I might be safe with doing that, especially if did I only use reds on the jacket? No, I did not. I have used I don't know whether I'm going to be able to see it, but I don't want to give away too many of my secrets because I do want to do this as a class. But I actually have used pencils on him. I've used a dark blue pencil and I have also used a white pencil. So you can probably see where I've got my highlights. Like I've got highlights on his elbow, on his hat, on his mittens, a little bit on the gifts, and a little bit on his sporran, see you guys, and a little bit on his sash, and I put a little bit of highlights on his boots, but then I've also gone in with a dark blue pencil and added a lot of depth into areas of that as well. So there you go. But I will get my butt in together and I will do a class and I'll do all the coloured images. I perhaps won't do those tiny little ones because they're just too hard. Okay, excuse my messy thing here, but I am going to add a little bit of colour around here. So I need my crumb cake. Okay, yes, no, you would never have guessed that. So yes, anyone can, because they're digital, anyone can get the classes. They will be video classes. I've released one already. Let me show you. I did the In the Moment class. So that contains, they're all video. You down, what happens is, the only way I could set it up to figure it all out is when you purchase it, you'll get a PDF, and in the PDF it will contain a link to a website that has got a password on it. So that way, and then all the videos are housed in that website page. So I thought that was probably the easiest. And this particular video has three separate videos for each of the images, and there's about an hour and a half total of video for you to watch. And I've put chapters in it so that if you happen to be, you know, if you only get to do her pants at one stage, then you can, you know, go to the chapter and continue on. So, because sometimes you have to steal moments of colouring. Sometimes you know, you don't have an hour to sit down and colour. You've only, or like with Santa, I only did his jacket one day and then I came back and did a little bit more. And so stealing moments sometimes is the only way that we get to colour. So so that's what's going to probably happen with oh, Wendy, you need to go and you need to go and get that class happening. So steal moments, just like I was talking about there. Steal moments where you only do a little bit at a time. So it'll be the same type of thing. And I will, oh, that one will be way too hard. I might be able to try it. I've coloured that one already. I've coloured him. That one will be okay. That one will be okay. These ones I will have a crack at, but they're so small, but I'll have a crack at them anyway. So there'll be a decent amount of colouring time in them. Now, what else was I going to do? I was going to get my real red. And I've got two layers, and what I wanted to do was add some ink blending around the outside of the top layer so that when I put it on my bottom layer, it sort of separates and looks a little bit, separates it a little bit. So, and I'm using a white base. So let's get some warmth happening on this card here. Ooh. And I've got some iridescent, ribbon, which is a white iridescent one, but I'm just wondering whether it's too thick for what I want. So I've also got some linen thread as well. But open to suggestions as we create along. You guys know you are more than welcome to input in my card making process. Now, so this is the thing, is that I don't know whether I'm going to lay it all together, and I don't know whether I need some sort of something on this. Like I said, I have got some vellum if it's too much red, or I wonder whether I need some sort of texture on this back. Now I'm going to grab, I'm not going to use both pieces of those flames. I'm just going to use the one. I was going to flick some red blends. Look at it, it's tiny. I was going to flick some red blends on it, but I'm thinking that I might just use my blending brush here I might actually pick it up to just add a little bit of flame on that red, because that is tiny, and there is no way I am touching that other piece. That is way too small for me. My eyes would have a fit trying to even focus on it. So that's just sort of given that a nice little glow, which I think will look nice. I'm going to put the black in. So I'm going to put that, which I think will look pretty cool. A bit of flame going on. Oh, now what has happened? What happened? I think my page is being a bit funny. My site kicked me out. I don't know what happened there. Okay, hopefully everyone's still with me, because it was being a bit strange there for a second. So just yell out and make sure. Oh, all right. Okay, let's get our layout on paper and we'll see what we need to do to it. Okay, oh, right. Now, I always forget this, but I am not giving measurements as we create. So if you want, head on over to my blog, which is alisatilsner.com, and you can sign up for my newsletter, and I will have all the measurements, all the supplies I've used, and I mean, obviously I'm not going to go into too much detail with what I've used because it'll just confuse people. I'll simplify that down. And so if you're after that, make sure you are signed up for my newsletter, and this will go out as a written tutorial tomorrow. Good, I'm still here. Fantastic. It's been weird. Like, first of all, it flicked me to a black screen, and then it flicked me back to double. It's been a bit kooky. All right. So I'm thinking we're going to have, turn you up the other way because I think you're supposed to go that way. So a little bit of a fireplace happening. So can you see how it would be a chimney? So you could make yourself a little pitched roof or something, and you could have the snow on the top. So, but you can also have it as the chimney, and that's the mantle. You know what would have been really cool? If they put little handmade cards that you could put across your mantle. Wouldn't that have been cool? You know what? I think I'm going to need my tweezers because this is going to get very fiddly. Where are my tweezers? Hello, tweezers. I'm going to find my tweezers. Oh, there they are. Found them. These are going to get really, really fiddly. All right, so there is our, and I get the shakes. Does anyone else get the shakes when you're like, oh, wait a minute, I've got to put my black in there. Anyone else get the shakes when they're fiddling, playing with fiddly stuff? All right, we'll put the black in. And because I want it, because none of it's stuck down, it's going to drive me nuts because it's all going to twist around. All right. You get the idea. Okay, then we're going to put these logs in, but I want to put them all down. I don't want to go sticking because I just want to make sure my layout is going to be fine. Put that on top. Something like that. Isn't that cool? And then I'm going to have my Santa. He will come across something like that. Oh, I've got some holly because I thought that might look a little bit bland. So I've got my holly, which I will put up there, my holly leaves. I don't know whether you can see that. I can see it. So, and then I've got my sentiment. So let me just stamp out. I'm going to shush you off to the side so I can get my black onto white, and I will see, because that's going to change the whole look of the card as well. So, and then it's got a lot of red space there happening in the background, which I'm not 100% sure that I like. So that's why I was wondering whether I needed to add some more texture in the background. So open for suggestions. Now I'm going to use with joy, peace, and love. We've also got one that says a simple letter sent to say thinking of you this Christmas day. Isn't that nice? And then you can just pop your thingy on there. And many merry thoughts and wishes. Good Lord, I need to get my eyes checked because wearing my glasses, I still can't even focus on that. It is not good, I tell you. I am heading, you know, it's not surprising, I guess, because next week I am hitting another 0 number. Oh, entering a new decade. Oh my gosh. Can't stop that happening, can we? Maybe I need to do some eye exercises to try and strengthen them. All right, let's stamp you with peace, love, and joy. Awesome. Put you under there. I've got so much stuff. Okay, we'll give this a nice thin trim. So any suggestions so far? Do you think I should add something to it? Maybe some ink splatter, a stamp. I don't know if I've got a texture stamp. Oh, I've got the, do we still have the brick wall? I've got the brick wall. That might be too much. I've got the brick wall. Good morning, Nicole. Or whether I put a die, emboss it, or it might be too much embossing with all of this going on. So I've got, and I thought maybe, you know what? I don't like sentiments that stick out like that. I just don't. I like them over the top of things. So even though I have coloured him in either that, or I could just move everything up a smidge, couldn't I? So, and I'm probably going to place this over the top around there somewhere like that. I know that, you know, oh, colour him in. It's not taking up too much of my colouring in, so that's not too bad. So that's what I'm thinking. Now I do have some twine, which will also fill up some space. And I pulled this out. This is new, which is also really pretty, but I'm thinking it might be too, look at that. This is iridescent ribbon, but I'm thinking it definitely needs something. I agree, but I think that's going to be too thick because we've got so much fine detail going on. I actually think that that's going to be way, way, way too thick. So, okay, what am I going to put? You know what? Actually, I don't think I'm going to put any ribbon on there. I might just put some bling on there afterwards because it's going to, I've already got enough width going that way. It's just, there's a lot of going on up here that needs something. Okay, so what am I going to use? I will be 2 seconds. Let me look in my, we just need some sort of texture, don't we? Let me look. What have I got? I've got, or did the stacked stones disappear? I think they disappeared. I need some texture. Oh, maybe I could do some splatter. Oh no. See, it's got to make sense as well, doesn't it? Have we got any suggestions? Metallic string. Oh, I do have some metallic string. I've only just got it. Look at that. I've got that. The gold probably would look nice because of the yellow. I've got some of that. May take it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm wondering, I've got some ink splatter, but is that, and this is really pretty as well, but I'll get it in the screen so you can actually see it. But is it going to flow with what I got? What sort of textures does, what sort of textures does walls have? Because it's, I mean, obviously inside. I'm just thinking almost like a dry brushing type thing. I wonder if I got some white and just sort of lightly smeared it across to sort of give like a little bit of a texture. You know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that on some scrap just to see what it looks like. Because then if I don't like it, you remember I've got my white one from the other day that I said I need to put some washi tape on it and I never got around to, but I never put it away. So All right, let's have a look and see what will happen. So if I dabbed it in, scooch you out of the way, scooch you in so you can see what I'm doing. So if I just lightly wiped that and then just really lightly dragged, I'd have to do it off and on. Whether that would, I don't know. What do you think? Just to give it a bit of something? I don't know. Maybe I can try it. Saint Nick needs to be grounded. He does. And I can do that with pencil. I'm going to try. I'm going to be bold and I'm going to try and just smear a little bit of white across the back. Just give it a little bit of texture. It's hard. This is really hard. Now you see, I mean, I know we all struggle with these types of things, don't we? But I will need to do it really, really lightly so that I don't mess up. And you know, if I do mess up, then I'll just turn the cardstock over and start again. So if I start off my page and then just come, it's probably not going to, oh, shoot. Don't do that. I thought that might give a little bit of, maybe not. I thought that might give me a bit of a speckle. Don't say no, don't say never. Dear me. Oops. And now I've got pink in here because obviously it's picked up the red that I had. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. Don't discount it. I'm going to go with it. All right, I'm going to stop. Aches. Oh, dear. Crazy, crazy. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. It might be okay. You never know. Just going to add a little bit more red. I'm keeping it very, very real. Oopsies. She sort of looks a little bit cloudy now. I don't actually mind that. I don't actually mind it. Oh, I know that's weird, but... All right, put it away. Okie dokie. Now let's have a look and see what. Oh my gosh. All right, let me stick my thing together. Now I can't even speak. Let me stick that together so I can work a little bit better. You know what? That's actually not too bad. I don't actually mind that. All right, we'll get this guy stuck together and then I can move it around in one piece and, you know, that'll make you feel a bit better. Make me feel a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to use some Tombow. So, oops, too thick. Let's get you stuck on there and then you can get stuck on there. Make sure that we're straight because I think we're crooked. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, and then we're going to stick this guy on. Careful, careful. See, now I'm going to smooch that across. There's a lot of ribbing going on here, so might just take a moment to stick down because of all the little indentations on there, which is really cute. But now I'm going to stick this down. And where did those tweezers go? I put them away. So you could put the brown back in and then put the black on top of the brown, but I'm just going to do it like that just today. Okay, and then we've got the logs. so I'll put you in. I don't know which way is up and which way is down. Oops, I got glue oozing out. You can't see it. Thank goodness for that. And then I'm going to put the, too much ink, too much glue. See, I knew that we don't get along very well sometimes. All right, so I'm going to put you up the top here. Might even have to put a little bit of blends on that just to give it a little bit of highlight. And then I'm thinking I might actually put this one on with a mini dimensional. So we'll pop you on. I love the way that this flame has turned out. Oops, I need to cut a little bit. I need to cut a little bit off. You can see that. So we'll pop you on like that. Now I can move that around a little bit better. It's nothing worse than having fiddly things that you can't, you know, when you're trying to go back and forth with your layouts and stuff, it's really tricky. All right, and we'll put that. We'll put our Santa. He will go with some dimensionals, and we'll put that on there. There's still a lot of space, but there's a little bit of a velvety feel like to it now. So it doesn't really, the white's sort of dried and sunk into the card now. So you know, that's not so bad. I like the fire. I really like the flame. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then I can just stick some sequin bling around him, and I might put some shading underneath his under his boots there too. Yes, he does need to be grounded, so he's not floating around. And if you put it too close to the bottom, then you've got so much at the top to fill as well. And don't forget, I make my card sizes to finish 5 inches by 4 inches. So I'm a little bit shorter than a regular Australian card as well. So actually, I might put this on with dimensionals too. Thanks, everyone. Katrina says that she can't believe she gave this set a miss. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I really like, I love a real good holly jolly fat Santa, but I really also do love a vintagey warmer side to him as well. So I don't know whether you can see that. It doesn't look too much of a mess anymore, but it's okay. I don't mind it. All right. Pop him on. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Okay, Nicole says, do you have some small Christmas decorations that I could put on the mantle? I know, right. At the top right-hand side of the card needs another element. I know. And I was thinking, wouldn't it have been cool if they had some little die-cut cards, like Christmas cards that you could put on there. But I may fill the space. It may fill when I put my bling on. It may fill it enough. It does, but it does. I know exactly what you're saying. I do understand. So, I mean, you could have made it, like, I suppose I could have actually made the mantle like a whole full wall chimney. Could have done that. Put another square at the top. But then he wouldn't have stood out over the top. Right, you need to sit flat. You are not gluing flat, so I am going to force you down a little bit. Oh, well, you know, it's all fun and games, isn't it? It's all fun. And I don't want to take too much away from good old St. Nick here because I love him. So, and you can see from the back that I've put on a decent amount of blends, but I haven't put too much on. Sort of, anyway, I'm learning more and more about them. I'm going to say, I've been doing a colouring course because, like you, I like to better myself and I want to be able to help you guys the most. But I've been doing one that is Copic based, and I can tell you Stampin' blends are not, they do not blend exactly the same way as Copics. But what it has made me do is force myself out of my little comfort zone to learn exactly what these blends can actually do. And, you know, when you step away from the trying to do what Copics do and actually figuring out how all the colors interact with each other, I think you get a much better understanding of the blend. So hopefully as I'm learning more, I can teach you guys. What am I looking for? I'm looking for adhesive. Yeah, I don't mind. See, when I get a couple of sequins, I keep saying sequins. When I get some bling up there, I don't think it's going to be too bad because I'll put 2 up there. I think it'll fill in a little bit. White space isn't always a bad thing. Yeah, I could put the wreath above the. Let me put this down first because that's sort of going to that's going to add another bit to it as well. So I've got that going on. Do you want me to what I'll do is I'll just take it off and I'll stick it on, and that'll be what that is. Let me put my bling on here first, and then I can always think about that. But actually, I need to go. I want to do. And the other thing that I have done is, if you are in my colouring group, my Blends and Beyond, you would have seen that yesterday I did a quick live in there, which is now on YouTube as well. And I actually was, it's no secret, our nibs need a little bit of improvement. So I have switched them out for Ohuhu nibs, and also this one's a Copic nib. I've switched them out for Copics and for Ohuhu nibs. So you can actually go and check that out if you wish. This is the light one. Actually, I don't think I need to put the light one in. All right, let me put my bling on. You watched it yesterday. So if you're not in my blends group, go ahead and join that. Okay, so okay, okay. Bling, 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 bling. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to be boring and just do rhinestones. Is that too boring? Let me put these guys on first, and then I can have a look. Because I don't mind that. I don't mind it. I'm just going to be boring, and I'm just going to put normal bling on. And I'm going to do it in my 3. So I've got a big one, and then I'll do 2 small ones up here. I'll do one there, and I'll put one there. I could have, it's inside. I was going to say I could have done snowflakes or something, but that's a bit daft. I mean, even having rhinestones inside your house is a bit daft, isn't it? But, you know, we're going to have some bling. Oh, no, my chair. Here we go. Okay, I think I am going to call that done. I am not going to, if I start overthinking it, I will give myself a headache. So I'm going to call that done. there is a little bit of, I don't know, it's sort of like the white on there sort of given it like a little bit of a velvety feel, and it has settled in. You know how sometimes people do those dry walls and the walls become a little bit, I don't know, I want to say textured. I've got a big green wall in here, but it's got just painted green. There's no texture on it, but I've seen some that have got that textury feel to it. So that's almost done that. So there we go. I thought that this was going to be a really quick live today. I thought, yeah, I've got all my pieces. All I have to do is stick them on and that's that. But putting it together was actually a little bit longer than what I thought. And considering I had actually die cut a lot of those things, that's crooked. That's going to annoy me now. Just slide you down a wee bit. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't ground him, did I? Hang on 2 secs. I wonder if I can get my pencils out. And I'm going to use my grey. And I'll just see if I can put, I don't know whether I need to because he's, maybe I'm not going to. I'm not going to because I'm not skilled in that area. So I'm just going to leave him as is. I was going to think about it, but because I've used dimensionals on him, if I had left him on the white, if I had left him on here, I would definitely have grounded him, but I think I'm going to leave him like that, I reckon. And I've got a little bit of shadowing down there anyway from the sponge, from the ink blending. Okay, so there we have it. So just one more reminder, I will come back to me. There we go. Whoops, I will twist you out of the way. Excuse me, you got me in my dags today as well. You know, I washed my hair this morning thinking, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll straighten it, blah, blah, blah. And then when it actually come to the time, I was just like, yeah, no, I really can't be bothered. Straight back. It's going to be a hot day today, a hot, nasty, windy day. So, you know, just those days. Now, what am I looking for? Looking for something. So my blog address. So once again, if you are joining in late, make sure that you are signed up for my newsletter on my blog, alisatilsner.com, because the card that we have just created today will be going out as a written tutorial, complete with measurements and supplies of what I have used. And we have the Stampin Blends and Beyond group. You can come and join. And I also have a colouring class if you would like to learn a little bit more. That one's done specifically with that one, and I will get, I think I will do a St. Nicholas one because he's just nice. Whoops, what am I doing? Get rid of you. There we go. Now I'm doing it. There we go. No, please add rhinestones. So was that yes, add rhinestones, or no, don't add? I've added them. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you again next Thursday, same time, and have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. Okay, bye-bye.